to sort of change the perception of food from inception. And that certainly was a shock to the system, because obviously people were quite quizzed with this whole business of what this was. Was this Thai or what? It wasn't the Indian that they knew.
Yeah.
Right. So, and it wasn't that. And yes, there was, I've always sort of erred on the side of modernity in terms of presentation and stuff like that. But we were serving food that we knew as Indian food back home. But I presume that's not what the market knew as Indian food. So it was quite a struggle at the beginning. In the first 6-7 months, we struggled quite a bit with the thing, Though, of course, we had sort of a lot of ardent followers and people who, and also Ireland was changing in that sense. There were a lot of people sort of coming back from, the UK, USA, and, it was the first wave of post-95, and people who started arriving in the shows, that they did understand. I mean, there were this whole spate of new restaurants. I think Pico Cali had opened at that stage. Chapter 1 had opened up. I think we had the steakhouse opening up, and Mao had come along. And so there was a bit of a churn. So everybody was excited. But I presume we weren't hitting the core customer base, which was, normally to sort of be successful, you poach your customers in the existing market, and you go out and sort of make their experience better so that they turn to you. And we had decided, no, we won't do that. We'd sort of go out and find new customers. And we were lucky. We had to tweak the product. I mean, they were not too as bad. And I would say, I would never say that we had to sort of localize it or, dumb it down. But we just said, okay, listen, so what if somebody wants a Vindaloo, we'll give them the authentic Vindaloo. Maybe it needs to exist. I mean, it's not an Indian dish. It's a Portuguese dish. It's not served in the connotation that it was served at that stage. And yet, the big draw for all the Indian restaurants was Temple Bar, and, they were getting lashed out. And, Indian restaurants used to get busy from 9:30 onwards when good restaurants were closing down. People who come down with the curry thing. But like I said, and I think that took a turn. We learned, the market learned. We had to learn quicker than the market. And we just tweaked it. Like, we didn't dumb it down. We didn't sort of localize it, and that began this big journey of education of saying that, listen, we are different, and this is what it is. And, and the great thing is that we were catering to everybody. We were catering to, before people sort of had a gluten allergy, there were celiacs, there were vegetarians, there were all the forgotten people who existed in sort of drones and goners who sort of could go nowhere to be served, started sort of coming in, and people admire it, and they thought that these were, different flavors acceptable to them. Yes, we were more expensive. And the other thing was that we never served beer.